when you get an opportunity to speak openly, you should always be grateful for the opportunity to be alive, grateful for the opportunity to be, for your senses and your vocal tools, grateful for YouTube, grateful for the device, grateful for the people who actually listen. And in that gratitude, it's very important for you to be genuine and honest. Otherwise, a bit of a contradiction here, people can see through you. And the object really is, for the speaker, is for the listener to see through me. You know, your mind will make up whatever it wants to make up from that statement. You can look at me as being personal me, so that you have to see through me, meaning I'm a fake, or see through the body, impossible, or see through this word me. But the speaker's not here for you to try and entice you into a particular way. You have to see it your way. And that's being honest and genuine, is to say whatever it is you have to say and accept whatever comes, or whatever is perceived, whatever is taken, whatever is understood. Whatever quality of mind you have, it's okay. So when the speaker says, let's meditate, how can you say, find yourself a space, lie on the floor, sit on the couch, do this, do that? The speaker can only meditate in his own way. And if anyone wants to replicate or copy, that's up to them. It's their mind that wants to replicate and copy. If the viewer or the listener wants to completely ignore what you would call commands, that's also the best way. Therefore, you can never be offended through this gratitude of being able to speak if some dislike you, if some are offended by what you say, if some put comments of what the mind, the ego would call distasteful. So therefore, to speak, you have to be very aware that it's not about the speaker. In fact, it's nothing about the speaker. The speaker has to be seen as nothing, not an important speaker, not a wise man, not explaining about how important it is to be spiritual. It is what it is. We speak about non-duality as if we're all one. But non-duality is when you are one with your whole, whatever it is you are. You see? Whatever it is you experience. When I say about me, the experience revealed non-duality, one with my whole universe. You're not saying you have a whole universe and there are billions of universes out there and each one has one. You cannot say that. There's only an experience of wholeness. And words that come say, universe, one moment. These are voices. They're not voices directed at me. These are infinite voices that are screaming around us every moment of every day. But you're only able to understand one voice at a time. Just like when you're in a room of students and the lecturer is speaking. You understand what the lecturer is saying, but when all the students start speaking at the same time, a car races by behind you. Yeah? The fire alarm goes off. You have no idea what's going on. But all of it is taking place. But your ego mind is so limited into saying, okay, let's slow everything down. What is taking place here? That is our capabilities, but we choose not to use these capabilities as a human. That's my experience, you see. The world that describes you, me, is colossal. When you try and use another word to make it a descriptive colossal, you say, I don't know. I don't know what I am, but it's colossal. So when you've experienced that profound voice and that profound dissolution of your mind, that fortunately tiptoes its way back in, you understand that you cannot just speak about your story yourself. You can open up your experiences. You can share that what makes no sense. But you don't say everything is sensible. I have great admiration for people like Rupert Shearer who have this mindset, this vocabulary, this language, this history of being I think he's a psychologist, a philosopher, whatever. But to try and describe the experience of it being true, it's awe-inspiring to the audience, and they don't get it. One of the things I notice is that when I attended Muji satsangs, I didn't get it. But there was no I to get it because I already had been enlightened. So there was a beautiful experience of confirmation of being a complete melting of the ice. You know, awakening and enlightenment is when the ice goes into the warm water. Boom! It's a big shock for the ice. And when it slowly melts, it's like everything becomes clear. Because the ice becomes the water. The water sees. The ice is bound in a cube, in a shape. It's not free. But when it goes home into the water, it sees, it becomes the water, it sees the whole thing. But if you go into a satsang or a lecture with a mind that associates with you, me, this person is going to this lecture, and you go in with a mind, the only thing that is affected is your mind. Your body's not affected in a lecture hall, unless it wants to the toilet. The body's never affected during awakening enlightenment. The body is the victim of awakening and enlightenment. The body is the victim of life. I have taken ownership of this body. I have imprisoned this body because whatever I am needs this body to experience myself or itself as a mind, as a consciousness, as a soul, as a spirit, as a essence, as a moment, as presence, as awareness. Whatever word I use, it's not giving a full picture of the essence of the experience of the moment. So it is with deep respect, as I say, I hope that you don't understand, copy, like or dislike. Which you get, but I hope that I'm respectful of you. We're not telling you what to do, how to do it, where to do it. Some of the videos in the past I've given suggested gurus to follow. It's not right. Follow your own guru. Follow your Sadguru. Suggested ways of seeing through the question, removing I. We each have our own dharma, our own personas, our own journey, our own God. It's not the big God, but we have many gods. We have many, many gods in our own universe. And I am not obedient to any of them because I am serving as one of them in a completely, incredibly mysterious, mystical, up and down, awe-inspiring, paranoid, schizophrenic, overwhelming, desperate, depressive and joyful of what is taking place. I don't have to convince you of that. It is what it is. It is as it is. But what is your genuinity? What is your originality? What is your dharma? What is your journey? What is your not your story? What is your beingness? What are you? Where are you? Who are you looking? What are you looking? That doesn't make sense, you see. What are you looking? You're waiting from what are you looking as? No, what are you as this looking? Are you an observer, a witness, a man? You're everything that arises from I. But I would love to leave the question to all beings. That's all a question. Who is I? What is I? Is I you in your universe? Is I a tower? Is I a name? Is I an identity? Is I a symbol? Is I a number? Who is I? But the real question is, don't mess around with I. What is beyond I? That's a question this body would leave, because I and consciousness are very similar. I is stable, phallic penis. Consciousness, moving, emotional, enshrouding vagina. I-S is. I was born on the 30th of April at the very end of the day on May the 1st. And this voice says, I said, where am I looking from and as what? I've been asking this question for 2 years. Not the head, something inside. And it said, Maple as consciousness. Maple as the ribbon. I am looking. Where am I looking from? I, Maple, the tower. And as what? Moving emotional consciousness. So I am stability and movement. Not one is superior to the other. Both are the same. That's the originality. That's all one knows. Have you discovered anything about your I? Are you self like the Vedanta? Are you emptiness like the Buddha? I have discovered moment. I is momentary. Momentary meaning no beginning and no end to this moment. But the momentary is moving. Momentary. It's always moving, on and on, boundless, infinite, swirling down like the Sufi round a wormhole, through its own universe, through looking for its own tail. Tail, you see? The tail and the bottom of the animal, and the story, the tale of Popsy, the tale of Graham, the tale of I. Namaste.